Hello, hello. Long time no see me. I hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing well. Thank you very much. I know that I have been MIA, but listen, it wasn't nothing to review. I didn't have anything to talk about. I didn't watch the Braxtons anymore because it just was draining me. It just wasn't, I just couldn't watch any more of that show. I tried. Ready to Love think they nickel slick because I know when I was watching Family Empire, I saw a commercial for Ready to Love and it said it was coming back in October. Now, October done darn near came and went and we ain't seen no Ready to Love. I even went over to the OWN network page and I didn't see anything about a new season premiering. And I'm glad they're taking a break. I am glad they are taking a break. Hopefully they give us an entire reboot. But they said during Family Empire it was coming on. And I know I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I saw it. Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure I saw it, y'all. Now, somebody, I hope one of y'all can back me up. But anyway, it's not on. And I didn't have anything to review. I thought it was coming on in October. And so a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting with my friend. We were looking for something to watch. And we ended up coming up on the Queen's Court. And I think I've watched 5 episodes so far. And I said to myself, you might as well just go ahead and review this show. So I am reviewing the show. I believe there's 10 episodes total. If you have Spectrum, you can go ahead and watch the whole show right now. They have all the episodes up. But if you have Peacock, I think they only have it until episode 6, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, you guys, I watched the show. I did not watch it season 1 because there were individuals on there for season 1 that I wasn't interested in watching. But season 2, I pretty much like all of these girls. LisaRaye, London, Not Delicious, and K. Michelle. So I was like, oh, okay, let me see what they're talking about. And so far, I've been intrigued and I've been enjoying the show. Have you guys been watching? This review is only going to be for episodes 1 and 2. And then I'm going to try to get the other ones up before Saturday. I said I'm going to try. Y'all wish me luck. But let's get into the first 2 episodes. Now, today, y'all going to be looking at the same picture as we go through both of the episodes because I rewatched the show on Peacock. And Peacock does not allow you to screen grab or do any type of screen record. So that's my bad. I'm going to have to watch it on my TV if I want to get any actual photos. But I'll try to work all of that out between episodes 3, 4, 5 or whatever. But today, y'all might just be looking at the same photo. But right now, I want to tell you one of my favorite things about the show is the host that they have chosen. I love Rodney and Holly Pete. I think they are such a cute couple. They stay out of the BS. I don't really hear much about them, which is great. They seem to have a stable and lovely marriage. She admits that they have even been through their own stuff, but they're still together. They're still going strong. And I think this is one of if you're going to have a couple do it, I think this is a great couple to do it. So that's one of my favorite things about the show are the hosts that they selected. So, of course, we know the main players that are going to be on this show. It is going to be LisaRaye. We know LisaRaye, better known as Diamond from the Players Club, also better known as the First Lady of Turks and Caicos. Boy, man, LisaRaye used to remind us all the time that she was the First Lady of Turks and Caicos. K. Michelle, phenomenal singer, songwriter, all of the above. And then London, as we knew growing up as Delicious on The Flavor of Love, but she wants to forget all of that. Now, don't be reminded because Delicious is her personality, who she was back then, but she wants to be referred to as London. She wants to be taken seriously. So we're going to take her seriously, y'all, and we're going to call her London. But if she get to acting like Delicious, I'm going to call her Delicious. Episode 1 starts out with everybody telling their story. Like LisaRaye says that she is looking for love because although she is alone in her home and about to be an empty nester, her granddaughter are going to move out. She does not want to be lonely in her home. You know, she wants to meet somebody. And so although she loves having her home to herself, she wants to have somebody up in there in some of them rooms doing the things that you do in them rooms. You know, that's what she said. I didn't say that. London tells us that when she got married, she thought it was going to be forever. And she was really disappointed to find out that it was not going to be forever. You guys know she was married to an old guy that was, the guys that were falsely accused that they did the movie about, the rape in the park. She was married to him. I can't remember his name. They were divorced in 2022. It was very traumatic for her, very sad. I'm going to go ahead and say now, I don't believe that London is ready to date. I believe she's still very hurt by that divorce. I don't know. I don't know if she's ready for another serious relationship right now, but she feels like she is. K Michelle is K Michelle. Y'all know she always gonna come in there straight off the cuff. She looking for a man like a granddaddy. He gotta have a man butt and a mullet. Is that what your granddaddy had, K Michelle? She looking for a man's man. You know, she's dated a lot of men in the industry, and she said basketball players, rappers, all of that, and they dribbled her all the way to hell. And she don't want no man like that. She trying to do something completely different than what she normally is used to doing. And so that is her goal on this show. So they are queens. This is the Queen's Court. So they are presented with various kings. It's 7 guys, I think, starting out on episode 1 that they showed. And amongst these 7 guys, they end up going on dates with 3 of them, like individually. Like Lisa gets 3, London gets 3, and K Michelle gets 3. So on their first date, they London takes her men out to play some games, because she liked to play games, like literally play games, not just play games like with your mind, but she liked to play games. So she takes her 3 men out. Dr. Elam. Now, I was looking at Dr. Elam, and I was just like, I know this man from somewhere, y'all. He done been on the Pop the Balloon challenge on TikTok. I wish I had. I think I do got a picture of him. I'm gonna put it up. She takes him out. The other guy's name is Chris. Chris is very competitive, and you see that as the episodes go on. I don't know if he likes London as much as he just likes to win and doesn't want to lose. And then her third guy, I didn't get his name, but then she has her third guy. Actually, no, it was just those 2 that she went to take to play basketball. Now, K Michelle goes on a safari with her 2 dates. It is a white guy named Zach. I'm going to just go ahead and say right now, Zach creeps me out. And it ain't because he white. Actually, let me go on to the second thing I like about the show. I love the diversity on this show. All right. Now, if you ever thought I was one of those that, you know, did not do you date whoever like you, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I am not one of the ones that will behold myself to one community. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I believe that you should date, you should be dating the men who like you, who enjoy you, and that you are attracted to. And I'm gonna stand on that. So, I like that there's diversity on this show, and I like that the women are open to everybody except for Lisa Ray. I don't think Lisa Ray is going at all. She just strikes me as the type that's not doing it. And she's like sometimes, no disrespect, but some older black women, I know my mom is kind of like this, like absolutely not. She's not going to do anything else but the one, right? So other than her, I do think the other 2 are open to it. So K Michelle picks Zach, and I believe his name is, I don't want to say his name wrong. Is it Afam? What is Afam, y'all? If I find his picture, I'm going to put it up too. It feels black. It feels black. Is it black? Is it mixed? What is it, y'all? Because it looks a little white, but it feels black. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, she goes out with him. He's a very quiet man. Zach is actually the more vocal one in the group. I like Afam's personality more, even though he's not talking as much. Zach is talking too much to me. He keeps using the word fool, and that's pissing K Michelle off, because fool was used when she was in her domestic violence situation. That was a word that was used to antagonize her. And he keep calling the animals fools. Look at this fool. Look at this fool. Look at that fool. And it's pissing K Michelle off. She asks him to stop. So when she gets him one-on-one, she tries to explain why she doesn't like it, and tries to explain to him, like, I really need you to, just tone it down. And when I tell you something is bothering me, I really need you to adhere to that and listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Again, I think Zach is a little creepy. It don't have nothing to do with him being white, because there's another white guy on there that I actually like. But it's just something about him. It's something about, and then when he talks like this, like, oh my gosh, yes, I think you're very beautiful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I care so much about you. Thank you so much for that. Zach, please. Zach has 2 children. He said he's a single father, and he has custody of those kids. He's been married before, and now he is divorced. I think K. Michelle is trying to go completely out of her comfort zone. She even said, like, normally I love the looks and I like a good looking man and a man I'm extremely attracted to, but now I'm really more concerned about how a man treats me. And you could tell she's kind of trying to think outside of the box with the men that she's choosing and the men that she's dating up until episode 2. But you could tell she's kind of thinking out of the box. Lisa Ray's date was probably the funniest, and it's because of the men that she chose. So she chooses to go on a date with Norman and another guy. Y'all, I took notes. I'm flipping. Another guy named Booker. Now, Booker, to me, I like her and Booker. Like, just based on, I'm moving ahead, but based on the episodes I've watched so far, I definitely like her and Booker's connection. Plus, Booker is closer to her age, and that makes sense to me. A lot of these guys are in their 30s, and I just don't see Lisa Ray going for a younger guy. Like, if Vivica was on here, now Vivica would go for it. But Lisa Ray, no. So, she goes out with Booker and Norman. Now, she tells us in the beginning that she knows Norman. Norman used to date her daughter. So when she picked him to go on a date, I was like, what the hell is Lisa Ray doing? Why is she going on a date with Norman when she know Norman used to date her daughter? Like, what she got going on? But then I realized that Lisa Ray was going on a date with Norman so she could go ahead and get Norman the hell on up out of here. I said, oh yes, very, very calculated, very crafty, very Virgo. Y'all know Lisa Ray a Virgo, I think she is. Or either that or she like the day after, but she gives me those vibes. Like, I feel like I'm going to be very Lisa Rayish in my 50s. Like, I see a lot of myself in her personality. So, she gets to talking to Norman, and Norman ends up telling her some things that happened in the relationship with her daughter, including her not having his child. Okay, she ended up getting an abortion. He talks about him being hurt, her being hurt because she didn't want to disappoint Lisa. And Lisa does bring it up to her daughter. We see her on her FaceTime call with her daughter. Lisa was upset that she didn't know about it. And the daughter was like, look, you got a granddaughter now. Back then, it just wasn't the time. I didn't want to disappoint you. And no, I never talked to you about it. So it's just one of those things. Lisa wished her daughter would have been able to come to her. And, of course, you don't want to hear it from a stranger because she don't know Norman like that. So, in the end, y'all, by the time we get to the end of the episode, Booker gets to stay, but Norman has to go home. Zach gets to stay. Afam gets to stay. Dr. Elam gets to stay. Chris gets to stay. They actually ended up sending Norman home and Steven, this guy named Steven Godchild. I barely even remember what Steven did, but he got sent home as well. The way that they eliminate people is a little bit confusing because it seems as if one woman is getting to send one guy home, but whenever they talk about it, they always say we decided or we talked and we agreed. So nobody gets sent home off the strength of really just one person. All of the women have to decide who's going to have to go home, but only one woman gets to do the telling, gets to tell the person. Usually the woman who's gone out with the guy the most. By the second episode, all right, we starting to see who likes who. But then they introduce a new group of men, which leads me to the next reason why I love this show. And I actually said this over on TikTok, y'all. I put a TikTok up today after weeks, right? Another thing I like about this show is that the women have options. So many times we see on these shows, especially when Ready to Love first started, the women will greatly outnumber the men. And then the women are fighting over these guys because it's not balanced from the beginning. Even when Ready to Love got the numbers right, they still only picked, to me, just a few men who were really good catches. And then all of the women would try to be surrounding those one or two or those two or three. And there will always be one that was kind of weird or awkward that they was trying to get everybody to like. And that one didn't like them. And then the women would put all their eggs in one man's basket and be super loyal while the men is dating 4-5 women at one time up until the time of the reunion like you supposed to do because it is a dating show. And so I just like that these women have a plethora of men to choose from. I don't know how they do it though, because dates drain the life out of me. Like even a good date, I go home and I sleep for hours. I'm like, ooh, child, yeah, it took a lot out of me. So I can only imagine having to go on 2 and 3 dates at one time. You know, you about to what's my favorite color me to death. Anyway, by the time we get to the second episode, we starting to see a little bit more. But then they pull the whammy on them and say, we got a new batch of men y'all gonna meet. Y'all put y'all eyewear on, cover your face, because these men are gonna come in and dance with you. And you can tell a lot about a man by how he leads in the dance. So when they come in, they doing a little bachata. Now listen, y'all. Now, y'all might not have known this about JoJo, but I used to attend salsa class on a weekly basis. And I used to be in there trying to get down with the get down. Now, bachata, salsa used to start at 8:30. Okay, from 8:30 to 9:30, y'all did salsa. From 9:30 to 10:30, or 9:30 to, maybe it started at 8, but till 10 o'clock, we did bachata. And I'm going to tell you, I used to be trying to sneak out of there when it was time to do bachata, because I ain't never just, them men get the body rolling on you, and they woman be right there. You know, the men in the class, they came with they woman, and they get to rolling and moving their hand down your body, but it ain't nothing sexual for them. In their mind, we just dancing. Child, where I come from, and then listen, you got a couple of times to roll your body. I'm African American, Negro, if you will. I don't know. We don't do all of this casually. Now, look, I hope I didn't offend nobody because I used the word Negro, y'all. I mean, y'all got to remember, I was raised by a bunch of old people. My granny was born in 1919. She is dead and gone, God rest her soul. But I remember one time I was at her house after school. We was watching Oprah. And Oprah had done said African-American women or something like that. And baby, my granny about jumped out that wheelchair. She was like, I'm tired of them saying that. I looked around. I'm tired of them calling us African-American. We Negroes. Baby. And I said, ooh, granny, you said a bad word. And she was like, it ain't no bad word. That's what we are. So she had me get up and go get her old driver's license, y'all, because on there, ethnicity, it said black, and then the ethnicity said Negro. I actually still have that license at my grandma's house. I actually still have it. And she just swore up and down. Now, I'm a black Negro. Hey, you ain't finna call me nothing else. Baby, you call my grandma African American if you want to. She gonna be ready to fight. So that's where I got it from, y'all. I hope I didn't offend none of y'all. If I did, I didn't mean to. Okay, so back to the dance, child. I ain't got no sense. None. Supposed to be at the gym doing everything but. They get to dancing, and K. Michelle feeling all up on the men, child. She all on their ears, on their face. She finds one guy in particular that she like, you know, how the body is feeling against her. She's talking about the sausage. Y'all know K. Michelle talk about the sausage. If you watch Love and Hip Hop, you know. Lisa Ray thinks she found somebody that she likes. She like how they dance. And Delicious, y'all, let me not call it. London Delicious. What's going on with her voice? When y'all watch it, let me know if y'all hear what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to do it, but I don't got a real soft voice. But London, she kind of just be like, okay, so how do you feel about that? Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, I love the way you dance. I love the way you hold me. Gosh, your hands are so big. I just be like, is she, I guess the men like it, child. You know, they like that baby talking. I every time she get to talking like that, I be feeling like I need to close my eyes or I need to leave the room, because I don't know what you about to get into with that kind of voice. She need to be reading audiobooks. Finally, though, they get to take the mask off and they get to choose, but the men take their number off. So they say what number they like, because remember, they couldn't see them, and they just got to say a number. So Lisa Ray is like, I'm about to pick my number, and I hope I pick the right one, because the one I want, the one I'm looking at, I'm hoping he the number I'm about to say, and he was. He was. I got a feeling she could see through her blindfold. His name was Adam, and he was number 1, so she was hoping it was him. K. Michelle ended up selecting number 5. I think his name was Andre. Now, Andre to me seems like more of K. Michelle going for her type. But in all fairness, she was blindfolded. And then London picks number 2, which is a guy named Tracy, who I like. I like Tracy. I don't know if he's going to end up with Delicious London, whatever you want to call her. Sorry, London. But he seems like a really nice person. He wasn't that great of a dancer, but she said that she liked the fact that he was trying. I said that Tracy, the funny thing about how Tracy was dancing, he had his booty out. I was like, Tracy, get in close to the woman. He looked like he was about to do the butterfly. He just kept poking his booty out. I said, Tracy, are you trying to grind or what, baby? Anyway, so that is what's going on. And of course, they are going to go on dates with these men. Now, right before they get to go out with their new work, the old work come in the room. So, they coming in like they intimidating. So the old meet the new and the old. They staring each other down. I was like, all right, y'all ain't gonna do shit. Anyway, time to go on these dates. So K. Michelle took hers bull riding. It's 3 guys. Last episode 1, it was 2. This time it is 3. The guys do the bull riding. She watching how they ride. They telling jokes. Nothing too crazy. Her and Andre, they go and have a side conversation. And Andre, baby, he laying it on thick. Like, what is it that I can do for you? Like, what do you think that I could do to take off your plate? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to relax. You need somebody to kind of, you on your feet. I was just like, Andre, what? When I think of somebody taking something off my plate, first thing I'm thinking is a bill. But K. Michelle got money, so I guess after that, I'm thinking about, are you an organizer, a planner? What do you do? What's your talent? Because you talking about taking things off plates, and most of my stuff centers around planning, organization, and money. I don't know what K. Michelle's issues are, though, but, a foot rub, I can get somebody to do that. I appreciate it, though. K. Michelle is kind of looking at him like, you just telling me what I want to hear. But I feel like she liked it. She enjoyed him. She also takes another guy out. The other white guy, he has been married before. He got a nice build on him. Like, for him to be an older man, I was noticing his arms and stuff. I was like, okay. He all right. He's a divorced man. He does have children. It sounds like older children. But yeah, he looking for his one as well. And I'm interested to see what kind of conversation him and K. Michelle are going to have. You can tell he think K. Michelle is a handful. Like, that was the one where she was rubbing all up on him during the dance. He just be looking at her like, girl, you something else. And I would be looking at K. Michelle like that too. And the third one, y'all, it must be very inconsequential person, because I don't even know who the third person was, child. I didn't even write K. Michelle's down. I'm sorry. Lisa, she took her art people out. Okay, they went and did some art things, kind of more so a vision board to me, than like artwork. But the thing about Lisa's dates is the 2 guys. At least 2 of the guys that she took out. One was 40. And the other one was also in his 40s. And again, I think Lisa Ray really do want somebody closer to her own age. One guy was kind of in the computer world. Lisa Ray don't know how she feel about all this AI. So she trying to get him to break it down for her. The other one, Adam, who she found to be attractive. Adam says he's dated older women before. And he said he learned a lot. And that immediately turned Lisa off. I ain't no sugar mama and I ain't no teacher. All right. You need to be up here where I'm at. I'm not trying to do all of that. So it looks like Booker is still pretty safe on episode 2. Her and Booker are still getting along. Booker has a restaurant out in DC. He's also a part owner of like a beer company. I want Booker for myself. Hell, the restaurant and beer. Why not me, Lord? Why not me? And then after that, we got Delicious. Now, London. I'm sorry, girl. London. She go out on a date with her people. Now, yeah, hold on. I'm going to have to take a breather before I talk about London's date. Now, London, boo. I thought that I was going to have to gather my things and go on to bed. You and Dr. Elam was doing too damn much. But let me get Zach out the way. Because first she pulled Zach to the side. Now, she did a little artwork with hers too. All right. And I believe Chris was on. Nope. Tracy. Tracy was who she took on. The third person she took on the date. Right. I don't even know what happened with Tracy. I don't even remember what them two did. But I'm going to tell you, first she went in with Zach. And Zach did this when his Caucasian came out, because everybody know when you dealing with body butter, you put the body butter in your hands, you allow it to melt a little bit into your hands, and then you begin to rub it onto the body. This man had that, I mean, it was all over her hair. He was putting it on in big old clumps like it was Crisco. I said, child, this man, because I bet you it was hell getting all that grease out of her weave. He trying to rub the body butter onto her. It's too thick. It's all over the place. It's not sexy at all. But she moaning like, I said, Delicious, please. You playing games. I feel like this thing she doing with Zach, I do not think she take him seriously. I think she's using Zach as like a person who probably wouldn't have a chance if she just saw him. Like if she saw him in the mall, she would walk right past him. But to the other guys, they're thinking like, oh my gosh, like she don't want me. She going to him. So it make them wonder like, what am I doing right? It's almost like to play with their mind, I think is what she's doing. Because Zach don't have no appeal at all. And I'm not just saying he ain't no bad looking man, but I'm just saying he don't have, even the way that he looks at you, it's like it's not sexy. It's almost like I want to get in your skin. I just don't even like his eye movement. But speaking of eye movement, do you and Dr. Alam want to get a room at the end of the day? Because the way y'all was looking at each other and carrying on, I said, what the hell? I wanted to gather my things and leave. Because I felt like I didn't need to be in there. This is not rated G for general audiences. So Dr. Alam gonna take his clothes off. You know, he got the eye of, I don't want to get it wrong, child, for my deep people out there. I don't want to get y'all symbols wrong. But I know it's the eye of something. I was about to say it's not. It's Horus. Is it Horus, y'all? He got the eyes on his chest. And he trying to show London where she can touch him at and where she can put the body butter on him at. And she trying to get herself together. She understands she got a strong physical connection with the brother. But she don't want that to be all there is. And she does tell him that later on, because he don't even know how old her children are or the genders. And to her, that says, you're not really paying attention to me. You just like the way I look. And vice versa. I would have quizzed her too. Do you remember what I got going on? Because you like the way I look too. Now, I know we haven't been wanting to say it, but Dr. Elam, now, y'all, it's giving fluid. Right? It's giving fluid. And you know them, I heard them fluid men. I wish y'all could see my face. I ain't never, I heard it's quite a ride. I'll just leave it at that. I heard you just, anyway, child, this ain't that kind of channel. Let me move on. But all I know is it looked like it was about to get freaky up in there. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, after they take their booze out, they got to make some decisions. I'm going through my notes. Okay, I got it. I was reading through my notes. So they get to elimination night. They got to make some decisions. So K. Michelle actually gets it started off. Now, K. Michelle was really done with Zach. She was okay for him to go ahead and go home. I noticed that. Did y'all notice that? She was okay for him to go ahead and leave. But Zach actually does get to stay. They agree that he's going to stay. Adam is one of the ones that do have to go home. Lisa Ray says that I think you are established, but may not be as established as I would like you to be. So that is not her king. All right. He takes it well and he goes on about his business. Then we get over to Dr. Elam, y'all. And him and London, child, they get to eye sexing each other at the table. Is it Holly Robinson Pete? Is that her name? Holly Pete looking around the room like she looking like me, y'all. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, do we need to give you two a moment alone? And he was like, London, you're not a queen. You're a goddess. And then they just stare at each other and just looking. And he was like, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I said, you got his number, didn't you, London? You got his number. She strike me as the type that would date a bi man. Like, even if he liked some guys, that she would be with it. But the way she was looking at him and the way he was looking at her, I was like, oh, hell no. Somebody is getting some tonight. I do not believe he went home that night. I think he went in her room and then he flew on out, got caught the first, Delta flight up out of there. Anyway, y'all, that was the end of episode 2. So far, just to keep count, I'm going to do better with my photos. No more Dr. Elam. No more Adam. No more Norman. Norman got up out of there. And I forget the other guy's name. I think his name is Steven. No more of him. But there are other guys that are going to be coming up next week. I did already watch the episode, y'all. It was a key. It was a key. But we are going to talk about episodes 3 and 4 on my next video. I don't want this to be too long. It's already long. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm happy to be back, and I will see y'all for the next one.